make sure you say next slide, please. All right, Kami, Cyril. We got it.
Good afternoon. This is our service learning project presentation. Please hold all questions until the end. Next slide, please. The first phase of our service learning project is planning and preparation. We utilize the 4-step planning process in the decision-making and problem-solving lesson to assist in the development of this phase. Next slide, please. The Battalion Commander Cadet Lacerda, the Executive Officer Cadet Mujic, and the Command Sergeant Major Cadet Argueta make up the command and control element of the project. The C2 element serves as the facilitator and leads the team in a discussion to identify the needs and prepare service learning activities. The Battalion S3 serves as the recorder and takes notes for the team and organizes information. The company commanders serve as debriefers that encourage team members and lead discussions after each mission. I'm Cadet Kami's Ward 4 Captain. I will be briefing the command and control element of the briefing. At this time, all presenters will introduce themselves and define their role in the project.
Good afternoon. I'm Kera Umana, Ward 5 Captain, one out of the 6 Ward Captains in our service learning project, and my role in the project is reporter, which represents the team voice and reports team findings.
Good afternoon, I am Cadet Nguyen. I'm Ward 4 Precinct 3 team leader. My role in this project is timekeeper, which keeps track of time and plans the schedules. Next slide, please. This project benefits the community in many ways. Selfless service, which is one of our Army values that is demonstrated throughout this project. We aid 60 elderly and disabled residents in Revere during snowstorms by providing a needed service that no other club or group is addressed. Next slide, please.
The J.R.O.T.C curriculum helps cadets familiarize what is needed to accomplish the mission. We utilize the 7-step problem-solving process and team development lesson by focusing on effective communication, specifically how to communicate effectively with subordinates. We do this by making all communications, written and oral, clear. Next slide, please.
Our goal is to couple high service with high integration of course content to maximize learning and skill development while meeting identified needs. High service meets a clear and important need and is organized and implemented by cadets. High integration with curriculum addresses classroom goals, incorporates classroom content, and improves course-related knowledge and skills. This also provides cadets with the necessary foundation of leadership and helps them develop their ability to operate and make decisions. By engaging in an active and experiential learning strategy, cadets have the opportunity to be an effective team member, perfect time management skills, and be involved in frequent and effective communication. Important skills you will need to work successfully to accomplish each service learning activity are similar to those identified in your program outcomes and core abilities. There are several important skills and qualities identified, such as applying critical thinking techniques and building effective relationships with peers, coworkers, and the community. Learning these skills ensure that students are prepared for the workforce. The following are additional skills service learning can help you strengthen: being an effective team member, providing resource and time management, engaging in frequent and effective communication, making decisions, organizing and being responsible, effectively managing personal problems such as poor writing skills, lack of research skills, or stereotyping. Next slide, please.
Teamwork is essential to the overall success of our service learning project. We utilize winning colors to learn about the people with whom we'll be working with. We discuss and practice the skills we need to work well with them. It is a team spirit where all members work together to achieve the same goals. It is a willingness to give other team members a friendly push when they need it or a pat on the back when they deserve it. In teamwork, each member of the team expects the same degree or effort from the other. Then when one teammate does it right, the whole team wins, and when cooperation coexists within the team, the mission moves more quickly. Our roles in the service learning project aligned with active participation in structured teamwork by working with small teams and solving problems. The facilitator leads the team in a discussion to identify needs and prepare service learning activities. The recorder takes notes for the team and organizes information. The reporter represents the team voice and reports team findings. The timekeeper keeps track of time and plans the schedules. The debriefer encourages team members and leads discussions after each mission. Our individual responsibility in team development includes self-reliance, the ability to make your own decisions confidently and independently, and followership, accepting the guidance or leadership of another, the capacity or willingness to follow a leader. Cadets have been assigned to teams based on the ward and precinct of their address. Each team has been assigned a set number of residents that fall under the same ward and precinct. Each team will deploy with its captain and corresponding members to their assigned residence. On completion of their task, the team captain will contact command. Command will keep track of completed residents and those yet to be completed. When each team has successfully completed their task entirely, they will be dismissed by their captain. Next slide, please.
There is convincing evidence of high need in the community, as shown by more than 200 residents on the wait list. We develop a responsibility to care for others, contribute to the community, understand the impact the service has on the community, and connect with adult role models. At the annual meeting with City Hall, we present the number of cadets assigned each semester and make recommendations based on the previous year's projects, specifically if residents were already shoveled out prior to cadets arriving. Once the updated list of Snow Angel residents is provided by City Hall, we identify the precincts that do not have enough cadet resources to accomplish the mission. We conduct a map exercise and identify wards and precincts that will be organized to help adjacent wards. We also discuss enhancements to the project, including equipment resupply, shovels and salts, and specifically first aid kits, hand warmers, and gloves. Cadets assess themselves through the You the People survey. The survey allows cadets to evaluate themselves and the groups they worked in during the mission. Using the keywords, cadets are able to assess how well they performed. The 7 citizenship skills that cadets use to assess themselves are cooperation, patience, fairness, strength, improvement, and balance. Next slide, please.
The second phase in the service learning project is implementation, which outlines the process necessary to conduct the experience. We utilize a flowchart for sequencing the steps taken during a warning order and execution order, which answers the question, what happened? A copy is available on the slide deck. We analyze and plan for safety precautions by establishing condition levels and injury levels, which determine what the uniform requirements and exposure limits are and what actions to take in the event of an injury. Next slide, please.
After executing the mission, individuals and teams do a reflection about the project implementation. The 2 tools we use to do this are a learning log, which every cadet fills out, and an AAR, after action review, that we do once we get back to school. Examples of both a learning log and the summarized AAR are included in the slide deck. The learning log captures observations and reactions to experiences throughout the project, the impact the experiences had on me, the experiences, how it changed my life, and the new ideas for service learning projects based on what I have learned. The AAR answers reflection questions about the service learning experiences, including observations, what did I do, analysis, what did it mean to me, integration, what will I do because of what I accomplished or learned. For example, when cadets are asked about what their opinion on the project was, some say it made them proud to reach out and grateful for the opportunity to participate in the project, or simply that it was a rewarding feeling to become a leader. Next slide, please.
The third phase of our service learning project is reflection and integration. After we have completed a service activity, we follow it up with a structured reflection, demonstration of learning, and evaluation of the service learning. Next slide, please. Reflection, or taking time to observe, analyze, and integrate actions with learning, is an important part of the learning process. A strong reflection helps us develop skills and extend learning from the service experience. After every execution of our service learning project, cadets are required to annotate their observations and reflections in their learning log. Additionally, after every mission, an after-action, AAR, is conducted by holding a team discussion to answer open-ended questions after each service experience. We share what we learned with our teammates, and listening to others will add to our learning experience. In our service learning essay, we answer 9 specific questions that thoroughly describe what happened during the activity, record any difference our activity actually made, and to try to place the experience in a larger context. We focus specifically on what we can do better next time and share our thoughts and feelings. Next slide, please.
Our service learning project had a profound impact on both individuals and teams. It not only taught us the value of volunteering, but it fostered our development of citizenship, personal, social, and thinking skills. It teaches service responsibilities and prepares future service commitments. Most importantly, service learning builds a spirit of cooperation among myself, my peers, the school, and the community. It connects you to others within the community. It also addresses a real and important need another group is not addressing. As a member of a team, we emphasize the leadership principle of building a team. We learn that leaders must have well-trained team members if they are to accomplish any project or mission. A leader must develop a team spirit that motivates members to work confidently. The group as a whole gives its members a feeling of accomplishment, security, and recognition. Then each team member gives his or her best back to the team. Being an effective leader requires more than possessing certain traits. You must also follow these principles, which are basic tools of a successful leader. Leadership is the process of influencing others to accomplish a mission. To be a good leader, you must provide teammates with purpose, direction, and motivation. Knowledge of the 11 principles of leadership will help you be an effective leader in any situation. Next slide, please.
The graph on the right provides the results of our service learning project. The bar graph depicts the number of houses shoveled by cadets in green, and the number of houses that were already shoveled prior to the arrival of cadets in blue, and the number of houses that were not completed in red. The line graph depicts the number of cadets available for each of the Operation Snow Angel missions. What was learned? Communication effectively, using teamwork in order to enhance effective leadership skills. Teamwork, the characteristics of individual responsibility, self-reliance, and followership. Individual performance within a group is influenced by expectations, ability, and motivation. A leader is expected to get the job done. To do so, he or she must learn to plan, analyze situations, identify, solve problems, make decisions, and set realistic and attainable goals for the unit. How the experiences has fostered change. By doing this project, many relationships have formed amongst the community. By going out into our neighborhood, more people are seeing J.R.O.T.C in action, and we're getting more visibility. Selfless service. Putting the needs of others above your own. Our goal is 100% mission completion. Our cadets strive for 100%. Residents are relying on cadets to assist in snow removal operations, and so we must be sure that every resident is assisted by the end of every mission. This year, our mission completion rate was 96.4%. Specifically, we missed 11 houses through our 6 missions due to communication breakdowns, inaccurate reporting, and lack of recon prior to mission execution. We have modified our procedures to include conducting a recon during the planning phase by all ward captains and precinct team leaders so we can reach our 100% mission completion goal. Next slide, please.
This concludes our service learning briefing. What are your questions? No, ma'am, we do not. Yes?
I just want to say this is a fantastic program, and I have to extend my thank you to all the men and women who did a fantastic job this year. They were most respectful, very enthusiastic, and it was good to meet some of them who came to my home in Revere. It's a wonderful program.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's hear it for these great young women. So before we wrap up, we have a collation that will be happening over at the American Legion that I hope everyone can make it over to. I do want to recognize a few people who are here this afternoon. We have school committee members Susan Gravelisi, Michael Ferranti, Ward 5 City Councilor John Powers, School Committee Woman Carol Ty, and Assistant Superintendent Josh Vidala. Thank you guys for being here. Very quickly, Major Bowker and her team have served the city of Revere in a manner that functions quietly but very effectively. And they are truly, and they have done an incredible job, and Major Bowker has done an incredible job to truly populate our community with great residents and great citizens and the leaders of our community for the future. So thank you on behalf of the city and on behalf of all these residents here. Thank you for all the great work that you've done. So, great job. So I hope everyone can join us over at the American Legion. We'll be indoors. We were hoping to get a day that we could enjoy outside, but unfortunately we cannot do that. But we will be indoors at the Legion, and there'll be some food and refreshments available. So thank you.